Today, we're diving headfirst into the murky waters of Social Security because, and let's be honest, it wouldn't be America if we weren't constantly tinkering with a system millions depend on. On January 6th, President Biden will be signing a new bill. And no, it's not the one where he finally challenges Mitch McConnell to that rap battle we've all been waiting for. This one's about Social Security, and it's bringing both good news and, you guessed it, some potentially not so good news depending on which side of the income divide you happen to reside. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start with a bit of good news, because Lord knows we need some after that intro. It's been a rough ride for everyone lately. Starting in 2025, those of you lucky enough to be receiving Social Security benefits can expect a little something extra in your monthly checks. Yes, you heard that right, a little financial boost is on the way. Think of it as a government-mandated cost of living adjustment, or COLA, as the cool kids call it. It's designed to help you keep up with the rising costs of everyday life, and this year, that COLA is coming in hot at a spicy 2.5%, not too shabby, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. 2.5%? I could get more excitement watching paint dry. But let's not dismiss it just yet. But hold your horses, because for the average worker, we're talking about an extra $40 a month. That's almost $500 a year. Now, I'm not saying you should book that trip to Tahiti just yet, but hey, every little bit helps, right? Maybe a nice dinner out or a small getaway, especially when you consider the escalating cost of literally everything these days. Groceries, utilities, you name it. Have you seen the price of eggs lately? It's like they're made of gold. It's like chickens are out there laying little Fabergé eggs. Who knew breakfast could be so luxurious? And don't even get me started on the price of gasoline. It's through the roof. It's enough to make you want to dust off your horse and buggy and say, to hell with this modern world. Simpler times, right? The point is, this 2.5% increase is designed to help seniors keep pace with inflation, which, as we all know, has been about as subtle as a hippopotamus in a china shop recently. It's been a wild ride. It's a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. Every bit counts when you're on a fixed income. Of course, cynics might say this increase is like putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound, especially when you consider the larger issues plaguing Social Security. But let's take the win where we can. Now that we've gotten the good news out of the way, it's time to address the elephant in the room, or the slightly larger withdrawal from your paycheck. Because yes, my friends, while some people will be popping champagne and toasting their extra $40 a month, others will be feeling the pinch a little more acutely. I'm talking, of course, about our beloved high earners, those folks making more money than a Kardashian at a sponsored content convention. Starting in 2025, the maximum amount of earnings subject to Social Security payroll taxes is going up. Now, before you start clutching your pearls and composing strongly worded letters to your senators, let's break down what this actually means. Currently, only the first $168,600 of your earnings are subject to Social Security taxes. That means if you earn more than that, congratulations. You've hit the Social Security tax ceiling, and anything above that is yours to keep. However, in 2025, that ceiling is getting a bit of a facelift. We're talking about a bump up to $176,100. In other words, if you're lucky enough to be bringing home the big bucks, you'll be contributing a little bit more to the Social Security pot. Social Security is facing some long-term funding challenges, and something's got to give. Whether this increase in the payroll tax cap is the right solution is a debate for another time. But for now, high earners should prepare for a slightly larger contribution to the system. This change aims to bolster the Social Security fund, ensuring it remains solvent for future generations. So, while it might sting a bit, remember, it's all for a greater cause. The high rollers of the retirement world, those lucky ducks who've hit the maximum monthly benefit at full retirement age. In 2025, that magic number is getting a bit of an upgrade, folks. We're talking a jump from $3,823 to a cool $4,018 per month. Now, are you suggesting there are people out there getting paid over $4,000 a month in retirement while I'm stuck here eating ramen noodles and clipping coupons? And to that I say, yes, I am. But before you storm the Capitol again, let's remember that these folks worked their tails off for decades, contributing the maximum amount to Social Security year after year. They paid their dues, and now they're reaping the rewards. Think of it like this. Imagine Social Security as a giant potluck dinner. You bring what you can, whether it's a humble bowl of potato salad or a fancy five-layer dip, and when it's time to eat, you get to enjoy the fruits of everyone's labor. Those who brought the most elaborate dishes get to pile their plates a little higher, but everyone gets to eat. The point is, the maximum monthly benefit is going up, which is good news for those who planned ahead and contributed the max. Delayed gratification, a concept that seems to be about as foreign to modern society as common courtesy or a politician who actually answers a question directly. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, waiting for something better can seem almost revolutionary. See, when it comes to Social Security, patience isn't just a virtue, it's a financially sound strategy. It's like planting a tree and waiting for it to bear fruit. You see, Social Security is designed to reward those who are willing to delay their benefits. The longer you wait, the more you get. For every year you wait beyond your full retirement age, your monthly benefit increases by a juicy 8%. That's a significant boost to your income. That's right, 8%. We're talking about a return on investment that would make even the savviest Wall Street tycoon blush. It's like finding a hidden treasure in your retirement plan. Now, I understand that not everyone can afford to wait until they're 70 to start collecting benefits. Life has its own plans, and sometimes you need that money sooner. Life is expensive, and sometimes you need that money sooner rather than later. Medical bills, daily expenses, and unexpected costs can make waiting difficult. But if you can swing it, delaying your benefits can make a significant difference in your monthly income. It's like giving yourself a raise every year you wait. Think of it like this. Every year you delay is like adding another layer to your retirement cake. Each layer makes the cake richer and more satisfying. Sure, you could eat the cake now and enjoy a few bites, but if you're patient and let it bake a little longer, you'll end up with a taller, more delicious cake in the end. The wait makes it all the more rewarding. And who doesn't love cake, especially when it comes with a side of financial security? It's the best of both worlds. Of course, there are penalties for those who decide to tap into their benefits early. It's like taking a shortcut that costs you in the long run. It's a trade-off, folks. You have to weigh the pros and cons and decide what works best for your individual situation. Remember, patience can be a powerful tool in your financial arsenal. A group that often gets overlooked in these discussions, people with disabilities who rely on Social Security benefits. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The news here isn't great. In 2025, the income threshold for non-blind workers with disabilities is going up from $1,550 to $1,620. Now, you might be thinking, John, that doesn't seem like a huge jump. And you'd be right, it's not a massive increase in the grand scheme of things. But for someone struggling to make ends meet, every dollar counts. This increase means that people with disabilities will have to earn even less to qualify for benefits, which, let's be honest, is a pretty grim prospect. Imagine this. You're living with a disability that makes it difficult or impossible to work a traditional job. You rely on Social Security benefits to help cover your basic needs: rent, food, health care. Now, imagine that the government tells you that you're allowed to earn even less money before they start cutting into your benefits. It's like being stuck in a Kafkaesque nightmare, only instead of giant bugs, you're surrounded by paperwork and bureaucracy. I understand that the government has a responsibility to be fiscally responsible and all that jazz, but when we start balancing the budget on the backs of the most vulnerable members of our society, we've gone seriously wrong. And finally, let's talk about the hoops you have to jump through to even qualify for Social Security benefits in the first place. Because, spoiler alert, it's not as simple as just breathing for a certain number of years and then kicking back with a Mai Tai on a beach somewhere. You see, to qualify for Social Security, you need to earn what are called work credits. In 2024, you can earn one credit for every $1,730 you make in wages. But hold on to your hats, folks, because in 2025, that number is going up to $1,810. Now, I know what you're thinking, John. Are you telling me that I have to work even harder and earn even more money just to qualify for a program that's supposed to help me in retirement? And to that, I say, you're catching on. It's enough to make you want to just burn the whole system down and start over. So, there you have it, folks. The Social Security changes coming your way in 2025, some good, some not so good. and all of it guaranteed to make your head spin faster than a politician trying to explain away a scandal. So, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of retirement benefits and want to stay up to date on all the latest developments, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. And as always, thanks for watching.